Hey familia, welcome to your healthy dose of spice. If you are tuning in, please drop in the comments where in this whole wide world that you are joining us from. I would love to give you a shout out on this beautiful Saturday early evening. It's been gorgeous today, so I hope everybody's been having a really nice weekend. So, if this is the first time that you are joining me, welcome to the familia. My name is Dr. Alex. I am a holistic women's health practitioner and the founder and creator of the Metabolic Makeover and of Spice. And so I welcome you to today's show because today I'm going to share with you one really easy way to help balance your hormones in a natural way. And the one test that you should have run if you really want to get to the bottom of symptoms like fatigue or brain fog or achiness. Um, a lot of that can be attributed to one thing in particular. And that one thing is really important because it really impacts so many other functions in your body, because that's what hormones do. Hormones interact with all the different pieces and parts of us. So when one thing is out of whack, everything else starts to kind of cascade and not really go so well for us. So really tag and share this video with women who that you want to empower with education, because we do need to be empowering each other. There is not a lot of really good solid information out there for us for the majority of us, and especially if you're a woman of color, you really need to be an advocate for yourself when it comes to your health. So that's why I'm making this video and sharing, the information that I share. You can follow my page, look at any of my videos, and learn more about women's health and wellness. I talk so much about holistic health as well. So definitely feel free to tag and share. So, the one test that you should have run is your vitamin D level. So, vitamin D is actually a hormone. It acts just like a hormone in our bodies. It's very important for fighting inflammation. It has a huge role to play in how our body uses calcium and absorbs calcium. And that's one thing that women, especially, can deal with. Osteoporosis, osteopenia, those are really things that women deal with because we have such a lack of vitamin D. And so that osteoporosis, osteopenia, that can lead to further problems down the road with like joint achiness, bones hurting, a lot of pain, brittle bones, falling, breaking bones. That can really have a huge effect on your life, especially as you get older. But even I've seen younger and younger women who are not really eating very well and doing some other things that we're going to talk about really suffer with osteoporosis, especially if it runs in your family and you're a woman and it runs in your family. You might be subjected to this at an earlier age. So I don't want you to have to deal with all of those complications. And our bones have a huge deal, play a huge role in our blood cell production and our immunity and so many other things. Just as like I always say, things are always connected. There's always a cascade effect. So getting your vitamin D level checked is so important. It's an easy blood test that you can go to your doctor and ask for. If you're part of my 90-day metabolic makeover, we draw this blood lab along with a lot of other labs to really see what's happening inside of your body. So if you find yourself fatigued, if you find yourself having a lot of brain fog, a lot of pain, inflammation, it could be low levels of vitamin D. And actually the majority, I think it's like 42% of people, men and women, are deficient in vitamin D and don't even realize it, but they suffer with all of these symptoms. And if you are a mom and you're a business owner and you are being so busy all the time and doing a lot of things, this fatigue and this brain fog can really cut into your productivity, into your focus, into how you're showing up. And so I don't want that for you. So I want to empower you with this information so that you can do something about it. So getting that vitamin D level checked, checking to see where it's at. So like I said, the majority of people are low when it comes to their vitamin D. Why? Why are some people low in vitamin D? Well, one of the first things is, where do you live? Because the sun is our greatest source of vitamin D, but there can be a couple things that impact how much sun that we get. And one of them can be your location, your geographic location. So if you're in a sunny part of the world and you get a lot of sun year round, your chances of having a low vitamin D level, are pretty low. That sounds funny, low vitamin D. It's low if you are, in an area of the world where you get a lot of sun. But there's a lot of us, like I'm in Ohio, we have long winters, long cloudy winters. So many of us in this area have low vitamin D, but it's just because we have a lack of sunshine. Another one is not wanting to go out into the sun because you are worried about this. You're worried about your skin, or maybe you have a strong history of skin cancer in your family, or you've had skin cancer before and you're staying out of the sun for those reasons. You might have some low levels of vitamin D because you're not going out to the sun and having that sun exposure. Another one can be if you are darker complected. If you have a darker skin tone, it's more difficult to raise those vitamin D levels naturally with the sun. Something else to think about is your nutrition levels. So, vitamin D we can get from a lot of foods, but they need to be really good, high quality foods. And many of us are neglecting our diet and our nutrition. So, when I talk about diet, I'm not talking about dieting. I'm talking about diet. What do you eat on the daily? So, people who have a poor diet, a poor daily diet, are really not getting a lot of those micronutrients that you need. Vitamin D is a micronutrient. You're not getting enough vitamin D naturally from foods that are high in vitamin D because so many of us are living on the go. And if you're traveling a lot, or if you're having, food, you're ordering food all the time, chances are you're not making the healthiest, most nutritious choices, and you're not getting enough high quality vitamin D from your foods. Okay. One of the other ways that you can get it is by taking a supplement. So if you are not able to get out into the sun, and if for some reason you are not able to make those really good food choices, then your next step is going to be supplementation with an oral supplement. So you're going to be looking for something that is high in vitamin D, and you can go to any store and get a vitamin D supplement for yourself. But I want to caution you, make sure that you are going to get your level tested first to kind of see where you are at. Then you can decide with your healthcare provider what dose would really be beneficial for you to get you back up into that normal range. And once you're into that normal range, you'll definitely start to feel a lot better. You'll start to perform a lot better. It will start showing up in your daily life, but it's going to take a little bit of time to build those levels up. But so many of us are just living on the daily with that low level and just feeling the fog and the fatigue and not feeling your greatest because you have this. So definitely be on the lookout for that. So, like I said, tag, share this information, empower yourself, empower others so they can take this information with them to their healthcare provider and say, hey, let's look into this. Maybe you've never had a vitamin D level drawn before. It's really important. It's a really important level to look at in regards to your health as a whole. Okay. And I see Russ over here. Give a shout out to Russ. Hi, Russ. How are you? Thank you for stopping by. Really appreciate it. So definitely, if you are liking this content, like I said, tag and share. Definitely send this to somebody else who can be empowered by this information. And feel free to leave me comments, questions, suggestions. I would love to hear from you and know more about what you want to specifically know about how to improve your health in a natural way. And vitamin D is just one of the things that can really help to balance out your hormones. It is a hormone, it acts like a hormone, and it has such a huge thing to play in our inflammation levels. So that's another area that I did not touch on because it can be quite a lot. So I'll be sure to make another video on that again. And I see Miss Christina has a comment. My vitamin D was super low. Highly recommend the test. Yes, exactly. Exactly. People run around with very low levels of vitamin D. So you really want to supplement that with really good quality supplement or with foods like we talked about. So if you are really ready to take your health to the next step and really find all those missing pieces and parts and fill in those gaps of your health, really looking at vitamin D and looking at so many other things and your hormones that really impact your health, definitely reach out to me, learn more about my 90-day metabolic makeover. I'd love to share with you some more information about it and see how it can really help to change your life and if you're really ready for that next step. So feel free to message me about that. All right, guys, that's all I have for today. So thank you everybody for watching. And if you're catching this on the replay, thank you. Love you. And like I always say, for a balanced life, just add spice. I'll see you mañana.